I look good. I mean, really good.
Looks like shit.
It does look like shit.
What is up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the Chud Champion Dr. Disaster, and it seems apparent that Bungie has a new release date in mind for Marathon, at least behind closed doors, because they have just started a campaign to launder that game's image.
I'm feeling much better now.
When the gameplay was initially revealed for that game, people ripped that video apart because it looked sluggish and generic, the characters looked as awful as Concord characters, and Bungie thought they would be able to cleanse their image back then by turning their alpha test into an open alpha, removing the non-disclosure agreement from their alpha players, thinking that those guys would defend them. Unfortunately for Bungie though, even the alpha test players did not think much of the game, and as you can see from this image here, after a week, these players stopped playing this free game. Owie! Marathon was received so poorly that Bungie pushed back its release date. Originally, this game was supposed to come out in September, but they pushed it to sometime next year, and they've kept as quiet as they could ever since, hoping that the firestorm of negativity would go away while they tried to fix the game in the background.
You can run, but you can't hide, bitch!
Well, it appears as though Marathon is ready to try it all out again because their purposeful absence on the internet has been replaced by a sudden and noticeable blitz of supposedly positive news being leaked out by their mainstream media buddies. This news was leaked out here, telling us that the voice actor of Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2 is now a part of Marathon, as if that's the sort of thing that's going to suddenly entice players to play this game. And we've also got this news coming out as well, where they are trying to spin things so that it looks like it's being revealed that the Marathon closed tests are being well received. They must have a launch date in mind by now, because this seems like the first steps toward marketing the game. What's funny though is that Bungie seems to labor under the delusion that sprinkling out stories like this is going to be enough to turn around the fortunes of one of the most poorly received games that we have seen in a while.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've had a lot of people tell me that they have been unwillingly unsubscribed to the channel, so make sure you check on that, and also give me a follow over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1, and if you feel like supporting the channel and helping keep the lights on, consider becoming a member for as little as $5 per month. In any event, let's take a look at what Bungie is trying to do with Marathon now. For full context on this story, I think we need to revisit this headline here. I covered this on the channel a few months ago, but as you can see, Bungie actually had to pay people in order to get them to play their game for a month. They shelled out $500 per player, and that makes it very difficult to trust the opinions of any of the people who are testing their game these days. They are essentially paid employees of Bungie, at least for all intents and purposes, when it comes to their opinions of Marathon. It's especially impossible to trust anything they say on this subject without seeing some accompanying gameplay with my own eyes. The first information that we saw from this game was so piss poor that I can't believe that they could even come close to fixing this game in just a few months, especially when you consider that they started developing this game all the way back in 2019. So, in 6 years, the best they could do was crank out a clunky looking turd of a game, and yet somehow I'm supposed to believe that it's been fixed after just a few months? Also, keep in mind that they used this tweet here several months ago as a means of trying to hype the game up. They played it off as though this guy is a neutral player of the game, as if he's just a content creator, but if you look here, he is the person who created this marathon game. Anyhow, with all of that context in mind, here is the news from Insider Gaming that things are looking super positive for Marathon. It says at the bottom there, Marathon's latest round of closed technical testing is unraveling as we speak, and in social circles, the inevitable leaks are surfacing. While Bungie has been quick to plug the more serious leaks, comments have made it to social media platforms and are staying up for all to see. In other words, Bungie is making sure that nobody gets to see any gameplay for the game, because they don't want us to know what Marathon is actually going to be like. But oops, they somehow are missing all of the so-called leaks that make it sound like everybody is having a really fun time with this game. I am suspicious of these AAA studios by nature these days, and that's only because they have tried lying to gamers and using all kinds of underhanded tactics too many times to trick us into buying their games, that by now I always feel that I must assume that they are up to some bullshit, and my assumptions like this have really served me well. But the article then says, on Reddit, users breaking their NDA or sharing content from others who have broken their NDA have uploaded clips and screenshots from the Marathon tests. These have already been taken down, but the opinions and comments from those playing the game are still up and represent a mostly positive reception. Once again, isn't that weird? Back in April, when the alpha tests came out, Bungie thought their gameplay was going to win people over, and when we made fun of them, they went into hiding. Now, they're happy to let positive comments remain online, but the gameplay is being taken down, and I've got to ask, why do you think that is? Why was it okay to show off gameplay several months ago, but not now? Sounds to me like they're trying to hide this crap. But the article continues, attempting to help Bungie launder their game's image. It says next, in the newest Marathon leaks to hit the social space, users seem to be experiencing mixed feelings about Bungie's floundering extraction shooter. Earlier this year, Marathon was delayed by Bungie amid a wave of issues, leaving prospective fans out in the cold and unsure of what would happen next. This was after information surfaced regarding stolen art appearing in Marathon, which was addressed by Bungie, and I've just got to cut in there and refute this bullshit claim from these corporate shills. The stolen art issue does not appear to have been properly addressed. To this day, the artist that they allegedly stole from is still complaining that they have not been properly compensated. But reading on, the article says, as Marathon came crashing down, we heard information from employees at Bungie concerning the free-falling morale at the studio. At the start of October, it was revealed that a new closed technical test would take place under the NDA, with Bungie inviting several hundred players to experience the evolution of Marathon behind closed doors. Inevitably, information has leaked from that closed test. On Reddit, one user praised work done on factions and quests, while another bagged on some weird mechanics, such as paying credits to remove attachments from your weapons. The latter user also hated limited stash space, poor audio, and the continued existence of bullet magnetism. Those comments came after 25 hours of playing the NDA'd Marathon, and ultimately, the user stressed that they're still enjoying the game, but they hope it receives the time in the oven that it needs. And let me just interject. I know what Bungie is trying to do here. They have a release date in mind now, most likely in the spring, a few months before GTA 6 comes out, probably March, because they won't want to compete with that game, and they are trying to build up hype. But there is one question that needs answering. Do the characters in Marathon still look like this? If the answer is yes, if they still look like this, then this game is doomed. Still doomed, even if, and I doubt that this is the case, but even if they fixed the gameplay. And as evidence that they are doomed, here is the X account Rhino posting on that platform about the supposed positivity the game has received and asking people if they're still interested in Marathon. And look at the wall of negativity that people responded with. The top guy there says he's under NDA, so he can't say much, but he says don't waste your time. The next guy said they said the same about Concord. The next dude wrote, "Not gonna lie, I think this game looks so unbelievably generic. The gameplay I've seen anyway did not look great, so honestly I would say no, I'm not looking forward to it really." And then the next guy has a Gavin 2028 in his name, which says everything about his taste and explains why he was apologetic about Marathon, but even then, he admitted that people are sick of extraction shooters. And then that next person posted a cancel all of it gif. Basically, I think the negative opinions about this game are simply insurmountable for Bungie. Marathon is cooked, and simple PR spin is not gonna fix that. But I'm gonna leave it there. Are you hyped by this leak that Marathon is supposedly getting positive reviews? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.